As the pace of life all around us quickens, science is on the verge of making mankind's dream of having more time a reality. Could science really discover the way to suspend time?
We cool the patient under controlled circumstances at the rate of 1 degree Celsius per hour.
A freezing liquid replaces the blood supply.
The prospect of immortality, detailing the prospect of freezing a human until medical science advanced enough. Man's dream of suspending life was on the verge of reality, and it was called cryonics.
He was 15 when he was first diagnosed. It was only the day before he actually went into his operation that anybody knew that that's what he wanted done. Rosa, his younger sister, she went in to see him and he said to Rosa, "This is where all my stuff is. Mum's got the key to my room," because he even used to lock his room because he didn't want anybody to go in there to find this information. So he said, "Mum's got the key to my bedroom. On this drawer, this is all the information. You need to get in contact with these people ASAP in case I pass away." She kept saying, "No, no, no, you're going to come out of it." And the day he actually died was when they pulled out all the paperwork and just freaked out at seeing what he wanted done.
I was at the home of another cryonicist, a man called Theo, and he suddenly received a phone call that there was a family with a person, which ended up being Roy Schiavello, who had undergone surgery but had been pronounced legally dead. And the family were very intent on having him cryonically suspended. It was a very similar process to what a mortician would do in embalming. I assisted, as did several other people, but it was very confronting. Something had erupted with no real warning. Most of us did not have much in the way of training. It was a little scary.
As soon as clinical death has been declared, within seconds, we'll lift the patient, put them in an ice bath like this. We'll cover the patient with ice externally to begin external cooling. Restart circulation by essentially, it's just like doing CPR. At the same time, we're administering a whole series of medications, 16 of them in all. The first one of which is propofol, because even though the person's been cold dead, that doesn't mean they're not going to wake up again.
The possibility of life after death is explored in Phoenix, Arizona by the Cryonic Society. They believe that cryobiology, the freezing of biological matter, is the answer.
Cryonics is a fascinating field, not only because of the possibilities of what might occur, but also that this allows people to choose. You know, you can choose between being cremated or being buried. People also have the right to choose to donate their body to science. We're saying that the tools and techniques we have today can't save this person's life, so let's stop everything. Let's freeze the metabolism and not allow anything else to get worse. Then by applying these at some future date, when we have that technology, we may be able to reverse that body and recover it from the injuries that it had.
Freezing liquid replaces the blood supply, and the subject is wrapped in aluminum foil and placed in a capsule at 220 degrees below 0 centigrade.
I came to this country, I didn't even speak English. I had nothing. I could say yes, no, I love you, hands up, you covered. A quarter of my vocabulary I've never had a chance to use, and I made it. That doesn't worry me to come to another future and not knowing anything, because that just makes it exciting. So a lot of people ask me, what do I do when if we wake up, because I'll be, the whole society I know is going to be gone. Well, think about this. If I wake up in 100 years' time, I will have about probably 170, 180 years of, from my birth until I wake up. That's about equivalent to getting somebody waking up today who remembers the Napoleonic Wars. You think that person doesn't have value?
A lot of people have faith in a religion. These people who choose cryonics often have a faith in science, a faith in medicine, that hopefully it will progress to the point where they might be able to reverse what they died of and then reverse the damage that occurred post-mortem, and they might have another chance at life. This is an option. It's a science that is currently in progress. It's still experimental. A lot of things have to be worked on. We are dependent upon future technologies, future science, future medicine to actually make this work.
Looking at it, his point of view that he didn't actually want to pass away, he was afraid to pass away. Yeah, I can understand where he's coming from. It would have been very, very scary.
Yeah, it was a little scary. But also, it was the first Australian suspension. If this idea ever does work out, we'll have earned a little place in history.